Yes, it's that time again. Welcome to this week's vlog. I've just been out and checked the water temperature, and it's dropped from yesterday. It's now sitting at 8.3, whereas yesterday it was 9 point, I think it was 9.5 or 9.6, something like that. I've not seen no more fish roll, which could be explained by the drop in water temperature. On me Hellies now, I'm fishing it as standard. The top bead about, what, I don't know, about 8, 9, 10 inches above the lead. I'm using something from Fox called Tungsten Line Guard. On the lead end, and yes, while they seem a good idea, I think when I come next week I'll revert back to where we normally fish my Helly setup, because with me packing my rods away fully assembled, the line actually cuts into the line guard bead. So I think what I'll do for next weekend, is, like I say, revert back to how I normally fish my helicopters, and that is about a 6-inch, yeah, about a 6-inch section of one of the lead-free leaders. I use Fox Submerge in 35, I'm not sure whether it's 25 or 35. Splice the lead clip on the end, you know, to attach different size leads as and when I want, and then use a Moore's knot on the opposite end, sort of similar to a needle knot really. And then that way, because on a helicopter, the weakest point is wherever your hook link swivel is attached to the main line near the lead. Because it's at such an acute angle, it's a weak spot. It always has been. So with using a lead-free leader that is a lot more supple, it eradicates it. So I'll see if we continue to use the helicopters next week. I might even, no, it's not going to work. Scrap that idea. Always scrapping ideas, I am. Yeah. I mean, just before I set this up a few seconds ago, the air temperature was 1 degree. We're supposed to get... Looks like my mate Martin's got fish in front of him. First fish I've seen roll for a couple of hours. Yeah, I'm always thinking up of ideas and then scrapping them. I've always found the best thing is keep it simple. For anything over 50 yards I use a helicopter setup. Anything under I use a running lead. With the lightest lead I can get away with. I think if I go through all my tackle, I've got one lead clip, and that's only because I found it. When I did used to use line clips, I used to use the Fox ones with the peg goes through them. So as that the swivel could not move. I've not used a lead clip for 10 years. Yeah, about 10 years. And I've fished some really weedy waters. But with using a lead just heavy enough to get to where you want, there's no need to drop the lead. Especially on small waters. Just love fishing small waters. They're more of a challenge than big waters, but I do. I love fishing small waters. I mean, I can remember fishing one water near Wansford, and the furthest I fished out in the 3 years, yeah, 3 years that I fished there, the furthest I fished out was 2 rod lengths. Just love the intimacy of them. Until you get somebody who come crashing behind the bank. I know the geese are about. The closer I can get the fish feeding to the bank, the better I like it. Another month it'll be proper zig weather. Alright, no doubt the fish are up in the surface now. Well, not on the surface, but up in the upper layers now. But get a month, blazing hot sun, they're going to come up. So that's where you put your baits. No place to do that is to either float fish just underneath the surface, which I've done in the past and caught. Typical match venue tactics. Or fish a zig. You know, sometimes in the heat of summer, if there's a gravel bar within the swim that comes within about 3 foot of the surface, then I'll use a 2-foot hook link and pop it straight up off the lead. In effect, a mini zig. One tactic I used to use back in 70, 77, 78. Use a long hook link. I didn't used to call them zigs back then. I just used to call them an anchored floater. When the fish was out of range of normal floater tactics, used to fish a lead. In actual fact, you can't get them anymore. Yeah. But these are the hooks I use for zig fishing. The old Drennan Bally hook. Fine wire. Slight out turned eye. I'll read off the back because I ain't got a clue. Oh, no, I'll read it off the front, sorry. 16-degree angled eye, curved point, wide gape, micro barb with an 11-degree offset. And the angled eye is outturned, not inturned. So when you're using fine hook lengths, you can still use the knotless knot. I mean, the hook lengths that I use for zigs is Drennan 10-pound double strength, and on my floater setup I use 8-pound double strength. Over the years that's caught me a lot of fish, a lot of fish. I mean, in my bag there I've even got some, no, not in the tackle box, I've even got some Drennan Super Specialists still. Now those I would say the Drennan Super Specialist are a size smaller than what most of the hooks are. So therefore, size 6 Drennan Super Specialist is an equivalent to an 8 pound, twat, size 8. I mean, going back in the day, I started off using Orleans door hooks, a French company. I don't know whether you can still get them anymore. Then I went on to the Super Specialist. Then I went on to the boilie hook. If I was snag fishing, I used to use the Parter's Jack Hilton's. Don't even know whether you can still get them anymore. Right, I think it's about time I got back in that bloody bag because it's getting a bit cold. Can't go to sleep, I'll just lay in the bloody bag.